Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take you through my entire process of diagnosing and fixing the failing fuel gauge on my Infiniti G37. My name is Jeremy, this is Region Automotive, and let's get to work. Before we get started, I figured I would tell you a little bit of what's going on with the backstory. So I daily drove this car for about the last year, and I've noticed that it's been getting worse and worse. So how it first started is like the gauge never seemed precisely accurate. Like I would fill up and it would go to full, and then it would take, I don't know, 100 or 200 kilometers of driving before it'd move down at all. Sometimes it jumped down to a quarter, and it got more sporadic and worse, and then it kind of got to the point where it just didn't work at all. And funny story, actually, I think it would get stuck at like 3/4 of a tank when it's actually empty, and I kind of lost track of when the last time I filled up, so I actually ran out of gas on this thing on the highway, which is kind of funny. So then after that, I figured, well, funny, I don't know, I find it funny. Maybe my stepdad, who had to bring me a jerry can full of gas, didn't find it as funny, but anyway, I don't know. For me, I guess I just like fixing cars. So I always welcome the challenge, I guess, when something breaks, because that means I get to fix something new. So I know, I'm weird. But anyway, yeah, so once the gauge stopped working, I actually ran out of gas. I figured that it was time to fix it. And then I also had, this could be a big thing for you, I had a check engine light come up, and I can remember the exact code. I'll see if I can scan it here. It was like fuel level circuit or something. Like the car was detecting that the fuel level wasn't working. So based off my research, it sounds like there's 3 possible things, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to knock 2 out right away. So one is with the Infiniti G37, it actually has a separate fuel sender, which I like, and then it has a fuel pump on the other side. So it looks like a fuel pump, but it has no pump in it, just a sender assembly just for the level. So I'm thinking that's my problem based on the intermittent failure, and it seems like the most common failure for the fuel gauge. Second, apparently there's some AC amp or something like that. People are saying that can fail based off of my research. And then third was the gauge itself. I'm going to show you how I'm going to test the AC amp and the gauge just by simulating an empty and a full tank. But first I will show you how to get to the fuel sender itself and the plug itself. So when you're in the car, I already have my rear seat off. You just kind of lift the seat a little bit, and it exposes this tab, and then it goes in this black pull tab right here. So you literally just pull that out. This popped off. There's 2, one on each side, and then there's like those little foam hooks. So you just kind of hook and get the seat out of there. And then that exposes, like I said, this is the fuel sender side. And then we actually have a similar cover for the fuel pump on the other side. So for the fuel sender, you take a Phillips screwdriver, and there's these little tabs, and you just turn them so they're in line with that slot there, all 4 there. And then once you get the tabs, this cover pulls right up. And then, yeah, this is our sender. It's only 2 wires. Again, for the fuel level. So you can see the gauge there right away went all the way down to empty once I unplugged it. And then I'm just going to short the gauge essentially. So I just have a test light. I was going to check for power. It's not able to light up my test light, which is kind of weird, but maybe it would if I gave it a different ground. But anyway, I'm shorting the circuit. So I'm just connecting the 2 plugs, and you'll see how the fuel gauge starts to rise there. So that tells me my gauge works and that AC amplifier thing most likely works. So I'm leaning towards the actual fuel sender itself, and apparently they get dirty or gummed up or whatever. So let's take mine out, see if we can do some more tests and see if we can fix it just by cleaning it. Okay, so it was quite easy to get off. Just this ring, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Little 8mm screws, wherever they are, 8mm screws. This wasn't seized on or anything, which is nice. That cover just came right off. This sealed on an O-ring. So far, I've actually liked quite a bit. I've liked accessing the fuel pump or fuel sender and removing it versus dealing with like those metal rings where it's like the fuel sender is a seal. It has an O-ring on the tank, which is nice. And there's no metal ring, so it popped right off. And then just to replicate the issue here. So right now the float is fully down, which would mean the tank is empty and it's right below 3/4 of a tank, which is the issue I was having. Is like I said, when it failed, it'd sit at 3/4. But I'm gonna raise the float and see how it goes to full there. So it only work in that 1/4 tank range. So yeah, right there, that tells me that this sender, something with the sender is bad. The fact that I was able to sweep the gauge up and down just by shorting it. And yeah, again, I just dropped it. And it's like barely moving to half. So there's something going on with this sender. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful for you. It's helpful for me. I was kind of leaning towards that fuel sender just because it's failing intermittently, and that seems to be the most common problem for these fuel level gauges not working. But I just kind of wanted to give you a couple quick checks because, like, for me personally, I like to, like, you know, double check and diagnose the part before throwing a new part at it. There's been way too many times where I've fired the old parts cannon and did not fix the issue. So like I said, I like to have some sort of indication that I'm replacing the right part. So what we did is we unplugged, just to recap, we unplugged the sender. It went straight to 0, so no resistance, I guess. I don't know, I'm not gonna try to dive into the electrical stuff, but unplugged it, went straight to 0, and then I shorted it. All I did was just run my test light, but you could run like a little jumper wire, even like a paper clip or something across. It's just a 2-wire connector. Run it across and then went to full tank, and it slowly sweep up. So that tells me that all the wiring's good, that AC amp thing is good, the gauge itself works. And then I plugged in my sender and tried to do that same sweep, and it was just acting all sporadically like it was before. So I'm confident to order a sender for this thing. Hopefully that helped you guys out, and if it did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.